Good morning, everybody. We are back on the Kadoo. Here it is. This morning, I want to fill in a couple spots where the fiberglass is looking pretty crappy. Especially, I need to dry that out. There's a little hole right there. And one of the big concerning spots is, biggest concerning spot is right there. Looks like the chain got loose or something and chewed through the bottom there pretty good. So we are gonna patch that one up for sure. We're gonna patch that little gouge in the side there, and I'm gonna see if there's anything else. I'm gonna see if there's anything else that needs to be patched up at the same time. We got this Pro strand. It's a short strand fiberglass reinforced body filler. So we're gonna put a little bit of this in there, let it dry. And then today I'm helping a neighbor out, and I got power steering line and valve cover gaskets, which look like both are gonna be a huge pain in the butt. So that might take the rest of my day. Hopefully it doesn't. I was hoping to get more done on the Kadoo today, get the axles going. I got some cool fog lights that came in. They're gonna go on a rack that I'm gonna build for the front here. I got all my sprockets. So after we're done with this thing, we'll come back to this. We'll work on the axles and getting the sprockets situated and all that stuff, because the sprockets are definitely, you know, they're not the same, I don't think. Yeah, they're quite a bit different actually. So these sprockets have a keyway. My shafts do not have a keyway. They are made to just have a cotter pin driven straight through them, and that's what holds the gear on. So here's my old gear. I mean, you can see the flange. The flange is way bigger. But you know, the offset on the thing is about, it looks the same actually. It's about the same height, which is good. We're obviously, we're not going to be able to secure them the same way we did with these. We would have to drill all the way through this, and I don't know if that's possible. So I think doing a keyway is a better solution anyways. And then we got like this shaft here. It needs some repair. You see that, those gouges from cutting the gear off right there. And then there's this guy here, which needs to get welded up. Here's the gear that was on there. It's totally mangled, it wouldn't come off, so had to cut it off. So that's another thing we have to do. We have to recreate that gear. So it might not be that hard. We'll see. And we got to recreate this gear, and we got to recreate this double gear. So I'm thinking that these would just get stacked and they'll be okay. We got some figuring to do, but right now we got to get to this Bondo and then the Jeep, and then we'll get back to that. All right, so here's our shafts. They're all cleaned up. This is our bad one though. We got some work to do on this one, so. But apparently it's dinner time, so I'm heading in. All right, good morning everybody. We are back on the Kadoo again. We've got this shaft. This is the first thing we're going to do today. We're going to fix it. We're going to fill in this spot here, and we're going to weld up this groove here, and then we're going to try and get some gears fit for it right here. This is the gear. This is the gear that came off of it, as you can see, and we have to recreate this, and that's what we're working on today. We're going to get this axle repaired, and then we're going to start making up these sprockets, like this one right here. This one's got the biggest space in it. We got a lot of stuff to do still, so stay tuned. Let's get these axles and gears back in this thing today. Alright, so we're back from the hardware store. We got this all put together, right? I think we need a spacer on here. And we are going to stab this thing on here, get it welded up, and then we're going to figure out where we need to cut our keyway on the shaft here. Let's get this thing on here first, and then we'll at least tack it together. This one. Okay, and this one. And this one. Oh, that's looking sweet. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're lined up pretty good there. Yep. Let's see if our keyway fits in there. Keyway fits. All right, that's one down, 5 to go. I have to put my washers back in there. We'll slide this thing back in. We got to get this guy back in there too, actually, though. So that fits in there. That holds this into the axle. This side gets bolted to the tub. This side, and it has bolts coming out this way. And then so you just put nuts on this side. Then this side slides into this bushing here to hold it. The first one is always the hardest. You know, you figure out your process of how you're going to do this and make it work. Yeah, so we got this process figured out. Hopefully the other 5 go smoother. But yeah, for now, we have one done, and this is the driver's side rear axle. This is the one that's driven off of the transmission. So we're going to go ahead and get this blown back apart. We're going to get it installed. All right, everybody, I thought I'd give you an update on what is going on with the Kadoo here. We are working on the axles. I just finished getting this one installed. And then we have the two front ones both installed. So, you know, we're making progress. It's becoming very labor intensive, you know, cutting keyways for the gears and all that stuff, and have to take the gears in and out a couple dozen times, it seems like, each time, but you know, it's coming together. So we're halfway there. But yeah, I'm gonna keep trucking away on these things, and we're gonna get them done. Then we gotta get some chain for them, and we got more to do on this thing. Stay tuned. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a big moment. I've been working on these axles for over a week now, easily over a week. So that's our rear two axles. They turn separately. Each one turns on its own. There's our front two axles. And then we got the middle two in there now, finally. So we got all six axles in this thing. So that's pretty huge. So now, I was just thinking I need to get this transmission figured out, but that makes me, having these axles in makes me really want to put the wheels and tires on it. So, start working on these tires. I haven't attempted to take any of these off. I know they're going to be a huge pain in the butt, and we got 6 of them, so here goes that. Alright, there's one. That wasn't so bad, but this tire here, I thought it had some tire slime in it or something, but I'm pretty sure this is just straight up grease in this thing. I don't know if you guys can even see that, but look at the wheel. So, I mean, that probably helped it come off, but man, that is a mess. I mean, at least it probably kept the wheel from rusting. That's a plus, right? That's something. Man, I've never seen anybody squirt a bunch of grease in a tire, but I guess it probably works just like slime, like a tire slime. Finds any hole and seals it up. Alright, so there's 5 of the 6 wheels right there. This one right here had a tube in it, so that's why it looks so nasty. The rest of these had grease in them. So they look nice on the inside at least. So, but I left this one for last because it sounds like it's full of water. Alright, I don't want to mess with this thing. I've been banging on these things for hours at this point. Cut this thing out. Alright, we're going to start here. Okay, we're going to cut. This one is super nasty, you guys. It's got grease and water in it. So it's rusty, of course. And greasy. And water. And just all around nastiness. Alright. But we still got one more bead on this side to get to. So let's go ahead, cut this open all the way. Oh, thank God. That's it. Hopefully this wheel's okay under all this rust. Alright, that's it. We got all 6 wheels free from the old tires. Tomorrow we are going to blast these wheels, get some paint on them, and then maybe we'll take them to a tire shop to get the tires put on. I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. Alright, so I'm on my last 2 wheels. I got one in the blasting cabinet. This one has been in the blasting cabinet. It's also been grinding wheel with the grinder with a wire wheel on it, trying to get as much of the crud out of here as possible. But you can see that this is in pretty bad shape, and in fact there's a hole right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to weld. We're going to try to smooth this back out and make this look decent again, and hopefully the tire will be able to seal against it. Alright, there we go. It's not perfect, but it's serviceable. We'll throw some paint on it. You won't even notice it. Good morning, everybody. It is Kadoo time again. And I got the tires over here just mocked up. They don't have any wheels on them yet, so. But that's what we're doing today. We're going to put these tires on these wheels. Hopefully they go on without too much of a struggle. Oh yeah, here's our wheels. All 6 of our wheels done. Painted up. Ready to go. So I just got back from the parts store. And we got new valve stems. So we got six new valve stems. I wanted to show you guys though, I got the choke hooked up on this thing. See that right there? And this thing starts so easily. Hopefully it does this time. No gas, no nothing. Just gonna push the button. There it goes. Crazy how good this thing runs. Okay. Or at least how good it idles. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to go around, I'm going to put the 6 valve stems in, I think, first, and then we'll start doing tires. Alright, so that's all the wheels. We got the valve stems on there. Man, I don't even know if you guys caught any of that because of where I was sitting. We got all the valve stems on there. Some of them where the wheel is nasty on the back side, where it's kind of pitted, you know, from rust. I used a little bit of rubber cement and sealed up around there. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our first tire, I guess. Let's pick a good one. We're gonna do the same thing with the tires on the wheels that are nasty. You know, that the inside bead isn't that nice, like this one right here. we'll put some rubber cement on there. All right, so here's our tire. It is a 22 by 11 by 8 Wanda AT Master, and it is directional. So when we put these on, we're gonna wanna make sure that we got 3 of them going in one direction and 3 of them going the other. So that would make this one a passenger side tire. So I need to get some soapy water, and then we're gonna put that sucker on there, hopefully. All right, let's see if it'll air up. The old ones were actually white. There we go. Now stuff's happening. Okay. There's one. Looks good. That'll work. I think we need to go to the hardware store to get more bolts, more nuts. Okay. Here it is. I am super happy with how these are fitting on here. I had a little bit of concern about the height of them, but we got plenty of clearance. I mean, the back actually is pretty close right here. Just barely enough room for me to get my hand in there, or my fingers in there. But that's good, it's fine. And as you can see, it rolls. I just rolled into something, but you know, it rolls quite nicely. It rolls really nicely. I think they look great on there. I think they're gonna work well. So now we have wheels and tires on it. It's a roller, it's a runner, but now we have to figure out all of this. We have to figure out all of this nonsense. We gotta put all of this back together. This is the transmission, by the way. And I got all the parts for that, so that's got to be our next step. Really, we got to put this thing back together. I also have parts for, I think I've shown you already. I've got the lights, and then I've got, I don't know if I've shown you the winch. So here's the lights. They're gonna go on the front rack. But this, we got this winch here. I think it's an Orish, O-R-C-I-S-H. I don't know how to say that, but we got this nice little winch here that we're gonna put on. So yeah, now that this thing is a roller, this episode is over. This episode took 2 weeks, easily 2 weeks, to get done because just all the stuff that I had to do with the axles and stuff, mainly in the gears. And then the wheels took a day to clean up and paint, and then just a couple hours this morning to get the tires on it. So So yeah, if you want to see some more cool stuff with this, we're going to build a rack for the front, and I'm going to end up taking it hunting, but we'll take it out and test it out. And then after we go hunting, we'll take it out and we'll beat on it and see, you know, we'll take it out and float it and stuff like that. So if you like this video and you want to see more about the Kadoo, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified. And thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.